Good morning, everybody. In the previous class, we discussed some points which are the introduction part of the electrostatics, and I will revise some points what we discussed in the previous class. Electrostatics deals with the properties and effects of the charges at rest, but charges are not actually at rest. They will be always charges in the sense electrons. If you talk basically, they will be revolving around the nucleus of the atom. But charges at rest means for the given object if we are giving a charge, the charge is staying at the place only, we call that as a charge at rest. Also in this case, charges are of two types. We discussed in the previous class, charges are of two types, positive and negative, and these distinguishing charges is called as a polarity. Polarity means whether positive charge or negative charge. Who named the charge as positive and negative is Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin distinguished the charges as two types, plus and minus. What if the charge is not there? Means the atom has an equal number of the protons and electrons. Then atom is said to be neutral, and the material having the equal number of protons and electrons is said to be neutral. Then charge is zero. When Q is zero, we call it as a neutral object. So object can have the positive charge, negative charge, or you don't have the charge. Means net charge is zero. Net charge means equal amount of plus and minus. And where we stopped in the previous class is the fifth point, that is conductors and insulators. I will revise this point again, once again. Conductors and insulators. One more type is also there called as semiconductors, but we are not going to discuss semiconductors in this topic now. In the case of conductors, electrons are loosely bound to the nucleus and easily able to move freely from one atom to other atom. Means the conductor let the charges, means electrons to pass easily from one atom to other atom or through the material, we can say. Examples of the conductors important, all metals. All metals are conductors. And in the periodic table, if you check out, the elements with the valence electron number less than 4, they are all nothing but conductors. And best conductor is silver. Next best conductor is copper, and then we use aluminum and other materials. But practically for physics electrostatic experiments, we use the term called as a Pittal, P-I-T-H-A-L, Pittal balls, are called as a pith balls also. These are nothing but brass balls, made of the brass. Brass is an ally of copper. So practically copper reacts with the atmosphere, so therefore practical experiment purpose we use the brass, and silver is cost, we don't prefer for general experiments. And earth, if you take this earth on which you are standing, the earth is also a good conductor. Earth is also a good conductor of electricity. Next is insulators. In the case of insulators, electrons are strongly bound to the nucleus and cannot move easily from one atom to other atom. And in the case of the insulators, electrons cannot move or charges cannot move freely through the materials. Or we can say they offer more resistance or opposition for the flow of the charges. Whereas conductors offer less resistance and let the charges to pass through the materials. Insulators have the high resistance or opposition for the flow of the charges. Example for the insulators are plastic, glass, ebonite, and porcelain. Pure water and dry woods, dry paper, dry bones. We can use if you insert a pencil, in the pencil you will find the wood outside, inside center is a graphite. Graphite is the allotropic form of the carbon only. Carbon as a diamond is an insulator, but carbon as a graphite is a conductor. So if you put the pencil lead in the electric power supply, you get the electric shock because of that graphite. So here graphite is a good conductor, even carbon also. Graphite is a conductor, but diamond is an insulator of electricity. Mica is also insulators. Mica is in the electrical elements for the insulation purposes. These are the insulators. Some examples of insulators you have to know, but don't worry much of these insulators are, because you will be getting again these in the third topic. Later topics also we will take the examples of these conductors and insulators. And These insulators are also called as dielectrics. dead electric properties. They are also called as dielectrics. They are also called as bad conductors. Conductors simply called as good conductors also are best ones, and insulators different names are there: dielectrics and bad conductors. Next point is, if you take the conductor, the charges on the conductor and charge on the insulators, charge rests only on the outer surface of the conductor. That is called as excess charge. Excess charge rests only on outer surface. Only on outer surface. Excess charge rests only on outer surface of conductor. In case if you take the conductor, can be initial. If you take this sphere, metal sphere, and you can drill a hole to this and leave an electron here. But already the metal is electrically neutral initially, and every object try to become neutral. Always try taking the other charges and try to become neutral every time. And if you leave one electron here, already this atom at this place are having electrons, repels this electron and push it away to the next atom. That pushes the already extra electrons and then pushes this electron away. So till that electron comes to surface, and jumping out to the surface is not that easily possible. It happens, but a slow process. It is air molecules can come and touch it and pick it away also. And like this, if you keep on charging inside, they come and settle on the outer surface only. That means charges rest only on the outer surface of the conductor. Even if you take a different shapes, here also charges rest only on the outer surface. If you take the hollow metal spheres, these are all metal spheres. If you take the hollow metal sphere and leave the charges inside to the hole, the charge will come and rest on the outer surface. In all metal conductors, charges rest only on the outer surface. But it is not applicable for insulators. For insulator, charge can rest anywhere. Can rest anywhere. Inside hole, or hole means cavity products. Inside cavity, that part is a cavity, or on the surface. In the case of the plastic ball, if you take and if you make a hole and hollow sphere, inside you put a charge, the charge rests there only. Charge will not come out, it stays there only for a long time. And if you put a charge here, it remains there itself. So charges do not move freely from one place to other place in the case of the insulators. Electrons are strongly bound to the nucleus, and even if you put an extra charge also, they do not move easily. It does move, but very slowly it moves, but not easily moves like that of conductors. So for this, whatever charge you are putting, we always call it as an extra charge, because already metal is having the charges, you are putting the extra charge, we call it as. For conductors, charge rests only on outer surface. For insulators, that point is not applicable. For uniform metal sphere, charge, excess charge, what we are talking as excess charge. If you don't use the term excess, you are adding charges, always talk about excess charge. Excess charge is uniformly distributed on the surface. For uniform metal sphere, excess charge is uniformly distributed on the surface. Uniform means smooth surface you can imagine, and perfect spherical surface you can imagine. So if you are adding charges, one charge is putting here, one electron I added extra to the surface. If you add one electron extra here, it stays there. Okay. And if I add one more electron I am adding here, they will repel. They cannot go inside because already electrons are there inside. Repulsion will be there. They try to go to the maximum separation. Unless you keep large number of electrons, they jump out on the surface. That's not taking place here. We are taking a few electrons. If you add 2 electrons, then repulsion will be there, and they try to go to the maximum separation between the like charges, repulsion force is there. So they try to go to the maximum separation. The result is they go to the maximum separation exactly diametrically opposite sides they will stay on the surface. If I add up 4 charges, then one charge will be here, other here, other here, other here. The distance between these charges on the surface will be equal. That is called a uniform distribution of the charges. If I take 3 charges, then how do they stay? In case if I take the 3 charges added to these 3 electrons are added to this extra electrons, one stay here, other stay here and here. The angle you can check out is 360 degrees by 3. What you get is 120, 120 and also 120 degrees. So electrons are distributed 3 on the surface such that distance between the charges will be equal. Under physical charges, because conductor they can move easily. Next is electrification. Details of this electrification again we will discuss later also, but a small introduction will require now. Electrification. Electrification means adding the charges, extra charges to the neutral object is called as a electrification. Adding excess charge means extra charge to neutral object. Adding excess charge to neutral object is called as a electrification. So electrification, there are 3 types. The description we will discuss later. In case you take one object with the other object, we are touching the surface. On the surface, electrons are present for every atom. So you are actually able to transfer the electrons from one material to other material. So you cannot transfer the particle inside the nucleus. Neutron, protons cannot be transferred. So we can transfer only electrons. Means negative charge only actually transfers. If I am rubbing one metal with other material, friction will be taking place. There are 3 methods of transformation. One is without touching, other one is by touching, just by touching, other one is called as friction. So now I am going to discuss only with the friction terms. Other terms we will discuss later. So when I take this one material rubbed with the other material, electrons are transferred from one material to other materials. Which material losing the electrons, which material gaining the electrons depends on the property of the material or atom types. That is called as a electron affinity. You will be learning that point related to this electron affinity in chemistry. But this method, friction, by method of friction, transferring charges is called as a triboelectricity. Tribo word related to the friction. So triboelectricity, when you are trying this, all these scientists already done, exploring the different materials, and they have kept all these metals in a particular order. Few metal names I mentioned here. Many of them, all metals we can do, but few metals mentioned here. And human hands, maximum positive. Human hands means body itself actually means human hands positive. Human air is also positive compared to other materials downwards. So here rabbit fur or cat fur is more positive. That means if you rub your hand with the cat fur, hand is on the top positive. Compared to this downward will be less positive, means negative comparatively. If I rub your hands with the cat fur means a cat's skin with the hair is called as a cat fur. So this cat fur, rabbit fur, if you are rubbing with your hand get the positive charge, cat fur get the negative charge. Compared means what? Electrons transfer from our body to the cat fur. Some electrons transfer. Losing electrons, what happens? When the metal loses electrons, get the positive charges. Means what? Initially every metal is electrically neutral. Equal number of protons and electrons. Now electrons are transferred from my hand to cat fur. So cat fur gets extra electrons, means gets negative charge. Hand gets a positive charge. Similarly, if you take the glass and cat fur, if you rub it, glass with the cat fur or rabbit fur, if you are rubbing it, then glass gets a negative charge, fur gets a positive charge. Similarly, if you take the plastic, in your book we are generally discussing the examples of the fur, okay, and silk and plastic, polythene or PVC. PVC means polyvinyl chloride. These water pipes, generally plastic pipes are nothing but PVC, polyvinyl chloride. So this PVC, polythene is a polythene sheet. Okay, and this polythene sheet, if you are using, or silk if you are taking, glass and silk. Glass not rubber with the silk. Glass is positive side, silk is downwards. Means silk, when you are taking these two materials, glass loses the electrons, positive electrons. Glass loses the electrons, silk gains the electrons. So silk gets negative charge, glass gets positive charge. Similarly, if you are taking this plastic, polythene and silk if you rub it, then what happens is polythene gets the negative, silk gets a positive. If I bring this PVC and polythene, PVC pipe and this polythene sheet, if I am rubbing it up, then what happens to charges? Polyethylene is on the top compared to the PVC. So PVC gets negative charge here, polyethylene gets positive charge. Means these electrons are transferred from this polyethylene to PVC. Getting electrons get the negative charge, get the positive charge. What about the mass then? So electrification, adding excess charge to the neutral object is called as electrification. In this electrification, what happens to the charges and also masses? If you take the glass rod, this is a glass and this is a silk cloth. Glass rod loses the electron, so becomes positive charge. Silk gets the electrons, and how many electrons it is losing? Same electrons are present in the silk. So 4 positive charges means you must get 4 electrons here. Means 4 negative charges will be there. Total charges will be sum of these two objects. Charges will be 0 only. That is called as a conservation of the charge. We will discuss later. And here, when electrons are transferred from glass rod to silk, the number of electrons increasing here. Therefore, mass increases. Mass of the negative charge body after getting charged by electrification, mass of the object increases. The electron mass is very small actually, but still, if you consider that, mass increases. And the glass rod is losing the electrons, therefore mass decreases. So during electrification, if you are giving negative charge, if neutral object gets negative charge, then what happens to mass? Mass increase. Why? Because electrons number is increasing. But if you are giving, if neutral object get a positive charge, if neutral object gets positive charge, giving positive charge, we never give positive charge in the electrification process. Generally, giving positive charge means what? Removing electrons. Removing electrons, giving positive charge means actually positive charges means proton number area. We do not think that mass increases. We have to mass decreases. So if neutral object gets positive charge, neutral object gets positive charge, then its mass decrease. Its mass decrease. And you don't have to remember the trigonometricity is what I have written here. You can find on the internet the listing, but it's not required unless you are doing the experiment. But we need to know only the examples of glass rods, this pulp, silk, and plastic. PVC, this is called as a plastic one. PVC. They don't use the term PVC, they use the term as a plastic. All these terms, what plastic, all these are coming nearby only. So these glass, silk, fur and plastic. These examples only you need to know, no need to remember all these remaining. But these are required for generally experiments if you are doing at home, then all these need to be there. You have to know it. You can check up that in the listing of the internet, available on the internet. These examples between the glass rods. Glass rods rubbed with silk. Glass rod rubbed with silk, then glass gets a positive charge, then and silk gets a negative charge. And if you take the plastic rods, rubbed with the cat fur, they are given as a cat fur, not necessarily you can take the cat rods. Then plastic gets negative charge and fur gets positive charge. It is a cat fur or rabbit fur. Similarly, we take glass rods and also fur and cat fur or rabbit fur. In this case, glass gets negative charge similar to plastic, and fur gets a positive charge. Only these two examples you have to know about the triboelectricities, and the name of triboelectricity is also not necessary to know. For PU purpose not required, but general other examination purpose is required. Next point is value of the charge. Do not depend on velocity, comma, mass of the charge particle. Electron charge. If you take electron, charge is equal to minus 1.6, approximate writing 0 to 0 to conceptually 1.602 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. And mass of the electron is very small. Mass of electron is 9.11 and 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. Whereas proton charge is taken as plus E, which is equals to plus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. And mass of proton is approximately 1086 times mass of the electron. Mass is very high for this proton. It is an order of 10 to the power of minus 27, whereas this mass is 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. So that means if mass is more, here mass is less, but charge is equal. Charge is no way connected with the mass, not connected with the mass. And if the charge is at rest, electron at rest are orbiting or moving in some speed, in all these cases electron charge do not change. Charge at rest are in motion, independent of velocity. Velocity is 0 or whatever the speed you are taking, in all the cases charge value do not change. And charge value is no way connected with the mass also, not connected with the mass. But in case mass is destroyed, anyway, if mass is destroyed, then charge is also destroyed. It is called as annihilation. Mass charge we cannot create and we cannot destroy. That is called as the conservation of the charge. That means we are transferring by electric equation, we are transferring the electrons from one material to other metal surface. Okay, this electrostatics is little surface phenomena. Transfer the charge from one surface to other surface. But we are not destruction of the electrons we are not taking. For example, glass rubber with the silk. Glass losing the electrons, silk gaining the electrons. Whatever number of electrons lost here, they are present in the silk. We are not destroying the charges here. But in case if you destroy the mass, E equal to mc square, according to Einstein's theory of relativity, energy may be converted, mass can be converted into energy by destruction, like the atom bomb explosion. In such cases, the mass is destroyed, it is called annihilation. So whatever the charge is present in the mass, that is also destroyed. But otherwise, charge is not destroyable. We cannot destroy the charge, we cannot create the charge. We can only transfer the charge from one material to other material, except special cases that is called as annihilation. Annihilation for the mass takes place. So charge present in the mass also will be destroyed. And it is nothing to do with the mass also. Means here we are talking about the whatever the mass. If you take the neutron, neutron also has a mass nearly to the proton, but neutron do not have charge. So electrically neutral. Means charge mass is there means charge may be there, may not be there. May be there, may not be there. Neutron do not have charge. So 1 minute. Neutron, it is neutral particle, charge is 0. Mass is there. Mass of the neutron is not equal to 0. But proton mass is there, charge is there. Electron mass is also there, charge is there. When charge is present along with the mass, mass is destroyed, charge is destroyed. Here, mass is there but charge is not present. So charge is there means mass compulsory will be there. Mass is there means charge may be there, may not. Next is gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope. This will be asked for one more question. Gold leaf electroscope is important. Only name important, but you must know how it works. It is the device used to detect the charge on the body. It is a device used to detect the charge on the body. Contains a glass bottle or jar with a rubber stopping, rubber lid, and copper or brass rod is taken, a good conducting rod is taken through this lid or the rubber. This is a brass ball, this is also brass knot. Brass or copper are similar, good conducting items. And at the tip inside this bottle, the bottle is used not compulsory use, the bottle is used to avoid the disturbance by the wind from outside. So inside this bottle, to the tip of this rod, thin gold leaves. These are called as gold leaves. It's not compulsory to use gold leaves. Why gold leaves are preferred is it's possible to beat the gold. They keep on hitting these gold plates by keeping inside the book, keep on hitting it up. Makes it thin, almost to atom size we can make. That much thick, almost atomic size thickness is possible. Means one layer, two layer like atom is possible for the gold. Instead of the gold, if you take another material, you get the molecules, atoms one over the other fixed up. So what happens is weight increases. But gold, you can make it into very